Hello there and welcome back to my channel. This is Charming Raindrops and I'm Vicky as per usual. Welcome back to my part of the internet where we tend to talk about books and journaling, and this year I'm crocheting a book blanket based on the colours that are on the covers of my books, mainly as a destashing project, but I'm actually really enjoying it now. I'm into month 3 of this. I will be posting my progress so far. You see the squares as they come out anyway, but the progress of joining it all together I will be sharing with you soon. So if you like what you see, then, or you want to join us on the journey, then please like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things if you want to, and it will be lovely to have you. If you're new here today, thank you for coming. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. So anyway, without further ado, it is now April. Well, it's nearly April. And it is time for the Magical Readathon Spring Equinox. So that means we're going to be adding a few more to the April TBR that is coming out at the end of this week. That should be touching base on Friday, my April, what I plan to read in April. So there are 4 books, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 5. Yes, there's five books. I'm gonna have to go and check. I thought it was an even number. Bear with while I just put back and check. One, 2, 3, 4. No, it is. Excuse me. It is 5. So, go back to the list. Okay, so I'm going to go into this in no particular order, but these are the books that I will either be choosing or will have chosen, ready for reading again in April. So April's is already quite a big list, so I feel like it's going to be made even bigger, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm just hoping we get a variety of different coloured covers, because I will be doing an extra strip which will be for the Magical Readathon. Just a quick one before we start. Magical Readathon is done by Book Roast on her channel, so if you want to find out more information about it and have someone explain it much better than me, then go over to Book Roast. I will link their channel in the description box below. So this is not mine. I've downloaded this from Book Roast and I'm just playing along. So without further ado, we're going through 5 schools of magic, and then we read a book so that we can then gain that part of the school of magic. So we're going to be starting with Art of Illusion. So to do Art of Illusion, it's going to be a book that you've already planned for this month. So we're thinking about April, so I'm going to go, I've been through my April TBR and picked one off of there. So the one that I'm going to read, so this will double up on my TBR but also will be part of Magical Readathon, is The Starlight Air. This was a book that I bought in January because in April I'm trying to read more of the books that I've bought recently. So this is one of the books that I bought in January, and it is a scorching new romantasy that will leave you spellbound. So when an invitation to King Zarek's palace arrives at Surya Saab's forge, she thinks it's a mistake. Nobles might seek her skills as a bladesmith, but she has no qualifications as a potential bride for the crown prince. Still, she accepts the summons, if only to see the famed capital city her mother adored. But the royal court is nothing she could have imagined, and is fraught with danger. It's not the crown prince, but his impossibly handsome, illegitimate brother Roshan, who it captures her interest. The invitation isn't a quest to find a bride, but to hunt for a star keeper, a girl rumoured to hold the power of the stars in her blood, and across the city, unrest brews between the nobles and the rebellion Matilia. When the rebels attack, Surya and Roshan find themselves on the run, trying to deny their attraction, but Roshan is guarding secrets of his own, and with no control over the power stirring within her, Surya has drawn the attention of a dark god and a mortal whose interest might be the biggest threat of all. So it sounds like it could be quite good. So this is going to be a book that was already on my TBR for April. So that's the first book in the stack. So I keep looking down at the list. So another one is Word from the... So this is for spells and incantations. So this is, you need to take a word from your last book title. So the last book, I'm just going to go with the book that I'm reading at the moment. So then it is literally as random as it comes. So the book that I'm reading at the moment is Watermoon by Samantha Soto Yambo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. I've not got very far through it. So I will let you know. It's all about a Japanese pawn shop. So yeah, so Hannah takes over and finds that it's been ransacked and the shop's most precious acquisition, and her father is missing, so they need to go and find him. So I will see how that one goes on. So basically I need to find a book that either has water or moon in the title. So I am going to have a look at the pile behind me, because this is my reading get rid of pile, which is my other thing that I need to try and do this year. I've got a lot of goals this year. So I need to find something that either has water in it or moon. It's not looking very likely. Okay, so there's nothing on this particular pile, but I think I know of a book that also may follow this prompt, and that's in the other room. So bear with. This is not going to look graceful at all. But okay, so the only book I can find in my stash which has moon in the title is New Moon, and that is the second book in the Twilight saga. Sorry, I've only run over there and come back. I need to get fit. But the only downside is that if I'm adding this to the pile, which I will be, then I'm going to have to add another book to my pile because I've not read Twilight. Let's see if I can do this without it all falling over. Right, that was hard because it was right at the bottom. So this is going to have to go on the pile as well because I've not read Twilight. So that's going to go onto my TBR pile for, well, I say for April. I'm going to add it to this pile because I've already filmed what I'm reading in my TBR is. So this is just going to be an offshot of things I need to read because of the Magical Readathon stuff. So if we go back to the list, so for Inscription, it's a first sentence challenge. So you need to try 3 books and then pick the best one out of them. Okay, so if I find a random number generator for this pile, I know that there is 65 books in the title. Okay, so there's my random number generator. So we are starting from 1 and the maximum is 65. So if we generate a number we are 54. So then we need to count backwards. So we've started at 65. 63, 60, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. Oh, this could be bad. This could be really bad because I think this one is in a series. But we might not end up reading it. Okay, so the first one is The Midnight Hour by Ellie Griffiths. Yeah, it is in a series. I don't know what number it's in, so we're going to have a lot of reading to do if that's the one that wins. So if we go back to the number generator, so if we generate a number, but this time it's down to 64. So we generate another number, and this one is number 3. In the nice plus way, if it is Christmas, we are rolling again. 1, 2. Go! 3. Oh. Right, so that one is an NCIS Los Angeles novel. Okay, so we need to look at one more, and then I need to read the first sentence and then pick the best one. So we go back to our generator, lower it to 63, and we generate again, and this time it is 31. I can't remember. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 is this one. Oh. So you've managed to skip Christmas, and this one is The Pet Shop at Pennycombe Bay. Okay, so out of those 3, we need to pick one, or I need to pick one. So I'm going to read the first, I need to read the first sentence of each of the books. So if you just bear with me but a moment. Okay, so I've read the 3 sentences, and the one that sounds the most interesting is going to be the Ellie Griffiths. The only problem is that I don't know how many it is in the series, so we're going to have to look that up. So we're going to quickly go on to Fantastic Fiction and type in Ellie Griffiths, because it might be that's not going to work. So let's have a look. Okay, so Ellie Griffiths, it is a Brighton mystery, and it is The Midnight Hour. God, it's number 6. That's a lot of books to read. It's almost a whole series. I don't know. Right, are they on? Let's go and see if they're on Kindle Unlimited, because if they are, I might be good to read them. Because trying to get hold of them is going to be harder. Okay. Right, 3 is on. 3 of them are on Kindle Unlimited. So then I've just got to try and get hold of 4 or 5. Well, you know, we love a challenge on this channel, so yeah, we'll give that one a go, and we'll see how far we get. But we'll try the Ellie Griffiths. Okay, we're going to be reading this all April, I think. So back to the list. I don't think there's much left. Can't be much left. I've got way too much to read. So we have so for law, we need a book with a musical term in the title. In my TBR for April, I do already have a book which has singing. It's called Sing, and that is the autobiography of Caroline Redmond Lasher, who heads up Rock Choir, which I adore. That was already on my TBR for April, so I'm going to take it off my TBR for April and pop it on my TBR for the Magical Readathon. So that leaves us with one more category. So this one is Restoration, and this is a book with a 4-star average rating. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop onto Goodreads, because that's a good place to start. And then we're going to go into my books and the books that I want to read. And then whichever one I've got can get my hands on that is the highest average rating. Okay, so they're sorted by average rating. Okay, so I've sorted them by average rating. What I will do is I will record my screen so that we can see, so I can pop it on the screen as to what I'm doing. So if we pop into Goodreads, then we're into average rating, and the Mythmakers, I don't think that one's come out yet. All Hail Chaos, that's not come out yet. Sunrise on the Reaping has come out, and it has got a 4+ rating, but that's another one in a series, and I'm just listening to the Hunger Games. I feel like that's going to be too much of a series binge really for this month, so I'm going to, and it just doesn't need to be the highest, it just needs to be the one with a 4+ rating. So I think I've hit in my TBR for April. I'm also wanting to read Fourth Wing. It's by Rebecca Yarros. That comes out at 4.58, so I think that is the most sensible option in this case to go with, because otherwise if I had another 4 books as a series, it's just going to be unmanageable. I mean, I still have to work in I still have to do the day job in April, so I don't want to overdo it. I probably already have, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As I say, we love a challenge on this channel, so here we go. This is definitely a challenge. So we'll go with Fourth Wing. So all in all, I've now got an awful lot of books to read. It's not a great big pile. Let's turn the screen recording off. Okay, so it's not a great big pile because some of it is obviously on Kindle, but this is the start of my pile, and then what I will do is I will put the other books here so that you can see the whole of the TBR for Magical Readathon Spring Equinox. I think I've not done too bad because some of it was already on my TBR anyway. I think the Ellie Griffiths might be a huge hoo-ha, but we'll live and learn. So, you know, it could be worse. It could be worse. I love a good Ellie Griffiths. It's just a case of just getting hold of them all, I think. But it's good that some of them are on KU. So yeah, so we'll see how that rolls, and then later in the month I will come back and let you know A, how I got on, and B, we're going to be putting it into my reading journal. And so if you like what you see, then please like, subscribe. If you want to see me make a hash of it, then, you know, subscribe and come back and see it. I'm hopefully not, but you never know. There's an awful lot to read here. But on top of my normal TBR, and I'll also have library books that I probably need to read because I probably won't be able to renew them. So it's going to be a challenging month, let's put it that way. So yeah, if you like what you see, then please like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things. You can also follow me on Instagram and all the information, and Facebook, and the information will be on the next screen. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.